Economic and political factors have been weighing on the confidence around IPOs. What are you seeing when it comes to 2017?
Well, I think we all kind of went into this year expecting it was going to be a slow year because we had all these headwinds from a variety of market factors. But that said, what we've been doing over the past year is working with companies planning for IPOs starting as early as Q1 2017. So we've got great momentum building. Technology is a big part of that, the unicorns especially.
It's interesting. I had an investor tell me today, we don't like unicorns because unicorns, if they don't sell, they have to go public, and companies aren't going public. Do you see the unicorns, more unicorns actually taking the plunge?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They're all working on it. I mean, there's been a lot of focus on unicorns over the years, partially because, they're brand names in our households, and people are ready to see them go public, but they haven't been ready. They've been building their processes and infrastructure. We've been behind the scenes working with many of them over the last several years, but we're going to start to see them coming out next year, and I think we'll continue to see them come out over the next few years.
So Snapchat, of course, has filed to go public, but what about Uber? What about Airbnb? These are companies that are valued at tens of billions of dollars. Are they going to feel the pressure now, or are they going to stick to their own timeline?
I think everybody's on their own timeline. I don't think they feel pressure to necessarily go out just because the market is excited about them. I think they're doing the right things. They have great people around them. We're really helping them assess their businesses and make sure they're ready when it's time to go.
And what about when it comes to stock prices in general? Obviously, tech has underperformed the rest of the stock market since the election of Donald Trump. Do you see that continuing into next year?
Technology, I think, as far as tech IPOs relative to the market in general, tech IPOs, just like many IPOs, they're outperforming the market. So even though we haven't had as many of them, their performance has been great this year, which is really laying a strong foundation for 2017.
But what about tech stocks overall?
Obviously, comparables are coming out of that, right,
Yeah.
as tech IPOs are preparing. But I think each one of these companies is so unique and is going to be valued individually. And again, household names, many of them. So I think there's a lot of excitement. I think there'll be a positive response when these companies come out.
So that was my next question is, do you think going public is the smart decision? Obviously, we're seeing, 2/3 of companies trading above their sales price, to what extent varies. But do you think that going public is indeed the right decision?
Every company is making its independent decision on whether or not, to IPO now or later, or, for some it's, will they stay private? The great news is many of these companies have had access to private capital, and a lot of it over the last several years. So they've been able to grow and mature and take risks outside of the public spotlight. But I think many of them are ready to get out there and be visible. Being public means now that you can actually compete for talent at different levels, that you can provide incentives to your employees, that you have credibility in the market that maybe you didn't necessarily have before because people didn't have the full visibility of the strength of your financials. So there are lots of benefits to going public, and there's a right time to do it, and I think there are companies that are lining up to do that.
So does Trump change much or not much at all?
I think that his public policy obviously is going to impact things, but I think companies are looking by sector now to figure out how is that policy going to impact them, and we've seen the reaction in the market. Some people are very excited about what potential policy changes might do to their sector. Every sector is very interested in this. I think we're looking at sectors like financials and energy and real estate and some of those other sectors really getting energized around this. I think consumer products, we're going to see a lot of great sectors in 2017.